So what if you could use the same high-tech tools that power these massive billion-dollar marketing campaigns, but use them to amplify ancient spiritual wisdom? Well, today we're diving into a system that does exactly that. It combines cutting-edge AI with a really deep message of interconnection. Let's get into it.
And that's really the big question at the heart of all of this. I mean, can something so data-driven, so external, like modern technology, really help deliver a message that's all about a personal, internal, spiritual awakening? You know, on the surface, it sounds like a total contradiction. But this whole system is trying to prove that it's not just possible, but actually incredibly powerful.
And you can see that contrast right here. On one side, you've got the whole machine of modern media. We're talking award-winning strategy, direct marketing, AI-powered content. And on the other side, well, that's the language of the soul. Divinity, inner wisdom, hospitality. The whole idea is to use these powerful, scalable tools from that first column to deliver the deeply personal, life-changing message of the second. It's this wild combination of external power and internal purpose that makes this whole thing so fascinating.
So, what is the big idea that actually holds these two seemingly opposite worlds together? Let's break down the foundation of it all.
Okay, so the entire framework is built on this single, really powerful concept: courageous hospitality. But look, this isn't just about being a nice host at a party. It's a two-way street. The host needs the courage to create a genuinely welcoming space for big ideas, and the guest needs the courage to listen openly without jumping to judgment. It's a blueprint for how we can both share and receive information in a much better way.
The person behind all of this is Mike Hayes, and honestly, his background is the key to this whole puzzle. This is a Peabody-winning media strategist. I mean, someone who knows exactly how to reach millions of people. But what's so interesting is that he's now aiming that entire arsenal of expertise, including his own custom AI model, at a universal message of unity. He's trying to make it accessible to absolutely anyone, no matter what they believe.
Okay, so we've got the core philosophy, and we've got the person driving it. But how does an idea like courageous hospitality actually turn into a practical tool that you can, use? Let's take a look at the digital toolkit to see how it all comes together. So the whole journey is laid out in 3 stages. It starts small, with what are called podcast listening moments. These are just short, guided reflections you can listen to anywhere to start retraining your mind. From there, you can jump into ChatGPT networking conversations. Think of these as AI-powered sparring partners, right? They give you a safe space to practice courageous hospitality. And finally, if you want to go deeper, the AI Super Campus courses offer these structured paths that really weave the philosophy and the practical tools together.
Now, let's be honest. Talking about philosophy can get pretty heavy, pretty fast. So, how do you make these big, profound ideas feel accessible? Maybe even fun? Well, this is where a very familiar strategy from the world of media comes into play.
To keep things from feeling like some dry, boring lecture, the system actually borrows its format from classic television, the Spotlight Tonight Show. Seriously, think of it like a late-night show, but for ideas. It's just a super dynamic way to showcase people and concepts in a format that feels entertaining and alive, not academic and stuffy. And this whole strategy has these really deep personal roots for Mike Hayes. He actually got his start working backstage with the one and only Johnny Carson. And what he saw night after night was Carson treating every single person on his couch not like an interviewee, but like a guest in his own home. That simple, powerful act of making someone feel truly welcome, that right there is the heart of courageous hospitality. All right, so we've covered the what and the how, but now we need to get to the most important part, the why. What is the core philosophical belief that's actually powering this whole engine?
This beautiful line from the poet Rumi just captures the core philosophy perfectly. The big idea here isn't that the universe is some separate thing out there. It's that the universe is in here. You're not just some tiny, insignificant drop in the cosmic ocean. You are the entire ocean contained in a single drop.
So the system frames this as a really simple but profound choice that we all have between 2 inner voices. First, there's the ego voice. It comes from fear, and it's always whispering that you're not enough, which creates this feeling of separation and scarcity. But then there's the soul voice. It comes from love, and it reminds you that you are magnificent, creating a feeling of unity and abundance. The real skill here is learning to tell them apart and consciously choose to listen to that second voice.
And what's so cool about this perspective is that the goal isn't to learn some brand new belief. It's to remember a truth that's already inside you. The system even connects this to science, reminding us that we are literally made of stardust. The carbon, the nitrogen, the oxygen, all of it was forged in the heart of a star billions of years ago. It's a physical reminder that our connection to the universe isn't just some nice metaphor, it's written into our very cells.
So, what happens when you start making that internal shift? When you really start tuning into that different voice, how does it change the way you see the world? Well, it brings you to a fundamental choice, one that is so incredibly relevant in our age of AI.
This really is the defining choice of our time, especially with AI exploding everywhere. Do we lean into radical scarcity, that ego-driven belief that everything's a zero-sum game, that only a few can win? Or do we choose radical abundance, that soul-driven belief that a technology like AI actually has the potential to lift everyone up? You know, one path leads to constantly fighting against the flow, and the other, it leads to dancing with it.
Okay, now here's one last piece of that surprising fusion we've been talking about. To make sure this system is as effective as it can be, it actually borrows a tool from the world of high-stakes business, Six Sigma. This is a super rigorous framework that's all about quality control and constant improvement. Using a logical, data-driven process like that to help people practice the very human art of courageous hospitality is just the perfect example of how this system uses external structure to support a deeply internal journey.
And that brings us right back to where we started. This entire system, with all its AI, its media strategies, its business frameworks, it's all designed to spark an internal transformation. So the question we'll leave you with is this: can an external technology, no matter how sophisticated it gets, truly cause such a deep personal shift inside of us? Or is it maybe just a powerful mirror, helping us remember the universal connection that was there all along? It's a heck of a question to think about in our modern age.